KBLA Talk 1580. We fight the power every day.
Yeah,
gotta give us what we want. Gotta give us what we need.
Hey.
I listen to KBLA and I love the commercials. I know what the commercials mean. I also, if I'm looking and trying to figure something out, I need something to talk to me that might hit me. And it happens on TV because, you know, every time they show a sporting event, they got the pharmaceutical companies back to back to back telling people how to fix the sickness on the same stuff that they sell them. So we get it.
Yep, we get it too, Chuck D. And that's why at KBLA Talk 1580, we don't black down.
Drop it.
Our freedom of speech is freedom of death. We got to fight the powers that be. Fight the power. Fight the power. Fight the power.
Hey Zoe, I'm calling your show, 'cause I need to know. Show me which way to go before I throw my man out the door.
Okay, hold on a second, Keisha. Just let me ask Ronald exactly what's going on, because it takes two to tango, and I need to hear his side of the story.
So she's driving me insane, got stress heavy on my brain. She keeps playing silly games, man, I'm about to bring the pain. We seem to fuss and fight every day and every night. Please give some advice so we can see the light. See the light.
It's crazy, like I said, man, that people would take these jobs and not take them serious. And then you will see a situation where a wife is in a position where, because she's trying to do the godly thing, 9 times out of 10 is the woman, she's going to be, you know, somebody that, you know, is a good woman. You can't be a pastor's wife, I don't believe, and not be a good woman. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of responsibility come with that. And in this situation, this pastor's wife has been humiliated in the church in front of the whole congregation, and she's getting ready to stand by her husband, as though it seems. Y'all check this out.
We have this saying in our hearts and in our minds that he's supposed to be the example for the church, right? He's supposed to be perfect for the church because his knowledge of the scripture tells us that don't fall, right? But that's not true. God said all have fallen short. All have fallen short of his glory. Nobody is perfect. Deacons, mothers, members, nobody is perfect. I thank y'all for all that y'all have done for me and for Pastor. Because people look at him as the one that failed. But by us being one, we both failed. We both failed. We failed you all. We failed ourselves, we failed our family. But God is still good. God is still good, and he can restore everything that we felt like we lost. Everything.
I respect her for trying to approach this thing the way she approached it. You know, she's actually standing there by her man. She's being forgiving, all of those things, right? She's doing things in what you would expect of a woman in her position. But again, her husband failed in a miserable way, in one of the most horrible ways you can, because we always hear this. Oh, the pastors, they sleeping with the women in the church, and they doing this and they doing that. This pastor actually did it, allegedly, and he got the woman pregnant. And she's standing up there making excuses for this man's behavior, right? Saying that, oh, he's not supposed to be perfect. We all fall short and all of those things, which is true. But if you're going to do these kind of things, then you can't be a pastor. And the reason why she was standing up there is because right now, at the time, they were getting ready to vote on whether or not this pastor should be able to stay. And she was pretty much pleading her case and trying to, persuade the church to vote in favor of him staying. And that can't happen. You know what I'm saying? True enough. God can restore you. God will forgive you and all of those things. But you can't hold a position like this where you're supposed to be an authority figure over a flock and you're supposed.
Oh, man, that brother, he laid it out. But what if she stayed for a different purpose? Tonight's topic, ladies and gentlemen, the voice of reason returns. Oh, God. These topics, man. Oh, my. What you won't do. You remember that record, Bobby Caldwell? How does it go? What you won't do, do for love. Is that the record? Tonight's topic, what you won't do. Do for security. A deeper look at the fetishized husband. What is a fetishized husband? What you won't do, do for security. Oh, did you find it? You found it, didn't you? I knew. See, I love Andy. Andy, hear me talk. Lord have mercy. What you won't do, do for security. A deeper look at the fetishized husband. Oh, what does that mean? Oh, we're going to get deep. We're going to get deep. For many people, are intimate relationships merely a means to an end? Oof. What? Now, you know Zoe like to get deep. What you won't do, do for security. Don't do it for love. Love will leave you out there hanging. You don't know nothing about the bills that are stacking up. Love will leave you hanging. What you won't do, do for security. Maybe she wasn't ready to give it all up. Maybe that wasn't a big enough offense. Maybe it had nothing to do with his station as the pastor. What is a fetishized husband? Before I give you the breakdown of fetish, in Plato's Symposium, Socrates recounts a conversation he had with the priestess Diotima on the nature of love that leads him to see that love is neither entirely beautiful nor entirely ugly. Diotima asserts that love is the son of Poros and Pinea. His father, Poros, represents wealth and resources, while his mother, Pinea, represents poverty and need. You gonna act right if everything taken care of? Is that true? 1-800-920-1580. I want to know. Fetish. Let's get into the etymology of the word fetish. It's a noun. Right? Material object regarded with awe as having mysterious powers or being the representative of a deity that may be worshipped through it. In the 1610s, it was called feitiço, or feitiço, from Portuguese. fetico, charm, sorcery, allurement. Noun, use of an object, meaning artificial. Where are you going, Zoe? The Portuguese also tells us made by art, artificial, from Farsi, to make, to produce. Uh-oh. Many men are categorized, judged, and labeled based on what they can do. They are a fetish husband. Do you understand? If you can provide security, how many of you guys sit down and really have conversation about character, about integrity, right? About humanity, for that matter. See, we all have the conversation of, I need trust, I need loyalty, I need consistency, I need blah, 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 blah. But many of us don't know how to have a conversation with a human being, let alone accept a human being as they are. As the clip stated, we all fall down. That pastor in that clip was explaining that a pastor had defiled his seat, right? But at the same time, they acknowledged the humanity of him and that people fall. My question for tonight's show is, did she stay for security because she fetishized what he produces? Many men are seen as, first and foremost, protector and provider. And sometimes provider comes before protector. Are you with your husband because of the lifestyle he creates for you, because of what he produces? Could you care less about who he is as a person, his needs, his emotional state? Could you care less? Or because he provides, it makes you care? Oh, do you know how many men have provided and done the best they could? Let's just be honest if we're going to have a conversation. Done the best they could. You know what? I just don't like him no more. The connection wasn't really there in the beginning. I saw the benefits of being with him, but I didn't see the benefit of him. 1-800-920-15. Can we get into this? Y'all like the little Plato symposium? Poros and Pania. Poros, father, represents wealth and resources, while his mother, Pania, represents poverty and need. Are many relationships fetishized? Oh, this is somebody I can use. Are you listening? This is somebody I can use. We live in a narcissistic society. How is this that far of a leap, right? Are many people looking for somebody they can use, i.e., a toy, a relational, can I say this on there? Vibrator? A relational toy. As long as you produce, because remember, we've already outlined it and framed it before. Most people go into relationships for what they can get. And their giving is usually predicated, right, on what they get. And what they get has to be of equal value to what they give. Or are we not seeing a nation of withholders? 1-800-920-1580. What connections can be drawn between our search for security and our search for safety? Oh, my goodness. Is security synonymous with safety? I would say yes. What are some reasons why we prioritize financial security in search for emotional security? That's such a layered question. What are some reasons why we prioritize financial security in the search for emotional security? 1-800-920-1580. Do you have to be made secure before you can be intimate? And when I say intimate, I don't mean just sexually. I mean vulnerable. 1-800-920-1580. Are we demanding security due to our lack of self-worth? Do we manipulate external circumstances for things we inherently possess, qualities we inherently possess, but have not accessed yet through self-work? Is pedestalization of the wife or husband a sort of relational security deposit? Oh, are husbands complicit in their own fetishization? That's a tough word to say. This is interesting. If he protects and provides, will you capitulate? True or false, society and social media has detrimentally impacted our perspectives on marriage and marital benefits. Without self-work, relationships continue to be affected negatively and influenced by what the general public says is acceptable. Am I in a relationship that is merely a means to an end? And what exactly does that mean? Oh, my goodness. What is the means to an end theory in psychology? True or false, love is something that happens to us, often disrupting our life and goals. True or false, love is completely without resources, nor is ever rich. Oh my goodness, 1-800-920-1580. I got questions. Do you have the answers? Zoe is going in tonight. What you won't do, you'll do for security. A deeper look at fetishized husbands. When we come forward, the voice of reason is opening up the phone lines. Let's get it!
You know, got a thing for you, and I can't let go. My friends wonder what is wrong with me. Well, I'm in the days from your love, you see.
Reasons. The reasons that we're here, the reasons that we fear, our feelings won't disappear. You're listening to the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580. Tavis is like George and Wheezy. He's moving on up. Last year, Tavis was number 45 on the Talkers magazine list of the 100 most important radio talk show hosts in America. Wait for it. Wait for it. The 2024 list was recently released, and Tavis has jumped to number 33 on the list of the nation's most important talkers, making him the highest-ranked African-American on the coveted roster. Congratulations to Tavis Smiley from all of us at KBLA Talk 1580. We've got you black. Helping to broaden your political and moral imagination with our 2024 climate justice campaign. We're KBLA Talk 1580.
I occasionally have nerve discomfort in my hands, so the things I love to do
Let's play something, Grandma.
became difficult as I got older.
If you have occasional stabbing and burning in your hands and feet, try Nervive Nerve Relief. Nervive's clinically studied dose of alpha-lipoic acid reduces occasional nerve discomfort in as little as 7 days with continued daily use. Say yes to healthy nerves with Nervive Nerve Relief. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Ooh, I'm so ready for this weekend away with my girls.
Hey, hit the road? How about some free gas?
Free gas? How?
Try new Febreze car for some serious freshness and you can win gas for a full year. Visit Febreze.com to learn more.
Say less.
You may not win, but you're gonna have a fresh smelling whip.
Thanks, DJ Fresh. Now how about some music?
Hey, yo, this next one goes out to new Febreze car for giving you a chance to win free gas.
No purchase necessary. Must be 18 to enter in 73124 for rules and how to enter. Visit Febreze.com.
KBLA Talk 1580 invites you to join us for a book party celebrating The Covenant with Black America 20 years later. Almost 2 decades ago, the Covenant book, compiled and edited by Tavis Smiley, climbed to number 1 on the New York Times bestsellers list and stayed there for weeks. The first book by a black-owned publisher to achieve such a feat. The urgency of the issues that matter most to black fellow citizens has only intensified, especially in this critical election year. On Wednesday evening, August 14th, 6 to 9 p.m., come meet Tavis Smiley alongside Covenant contributors including Cornel West, Connie Rice, Mark Ridley Thomas, Elisa Orduna, Tyrone Howard, and Melina Abdullah as they sign copies of The Covenant with Black America 20 years later. You can purchase your books on site and get them autographed. That's Wednesday evening, August 14th, 6 to 9 p.m. in the city of Los Angeles. Admission is free, but you must register at KBLA1580.com. At KBLA Talk 1580, we've got your black. You know you want some more. It's the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
You should call me. Yep.
First things first, rest in peace, Uncle Phil. For real, you the only father that I ever knew. I get my pregnant, I'ma be a better you. Prophecies that I made way back in the veil. Fulfilled. Listen, even back when we was broke, my team ill. Martin Luther King would have been on Dreamville. Talk to him. One time for my LA sisters. One time for my LA. Lame chicken can't tell the difference. One time for a who knows. Don't save her. She don't wanna be saved. 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 No role models and I'm here right now. No role models to speak of. Searching through my memory, I couldn't find one. Last night I was getting my feet rubbed by the baddest. Not Trina, but I swear to God, it's make you call your girl up and tell her, hey, what's good? Sorry, I'm never coming home, I'ma stay for good.
If you put the woman that you're attracted to on a pedestal, what you're really attracted to is your unconscious idealization of women. And men see their unconscious idealization of women in someone they're attracted to, especially if the attraction is pronounced and immediate, right? That's a projection, psychoanalytically speaking. And then they confuse the woman with that idealization, which is very difficult to bear for the woman because she's not really there. That's the first problem. And second, she's going to get herself in trouble and not know it because now and then she's going to do something that violates that ideal projection and be called to account for it, even though she doesn't know what rules she's breaking. Plus, the guy won't be able to listen to her or appreciate anything about her that's not perfect or in accordance with that ideal. So that means she can't really talk to him, right? She can't reveal anything that's untoward or if you...
Heavy stuff. Listen, we're all trying to navigate this landscape of human relationships, right? We find ourselves entangled in this massive 5-dimensional web of desires, insecurities, and yearnings, right? And it's a struggle. Many of us are trying to use the relationship as this safe space, right? And I understand that's the new word everybody's talking about, safe space. The interplay between security and safety beckons us to ponder their interconnectedness. Are security and safe space as terms synonymous? Do they exist as distinct entities in our pursuit for emotional well-being? Through the lens of metaphysics and spirituality and psychology and philosophy, we are challenged to probe the depths of our psyche and uncover the hidden motivations that drive our relentless search for external stability. Ooh. Delving deeper into the psyche, we confront this pervasive tendency to prioritize financial security as a means to attain emotional safety. Babette Rothschild's trauma theory invites us to explore the intricate ways in which our past experiences shape our present-day behaviors, leading us to seek solace in material wealth as a shield against internal turmoil. Could our demands for security stem from a deep-seated lack of self-worth, prompting us to manipulate external circumstances in a futile attempt to fill an internal void left unattended through self-work? Sheesh. The phenomena of fetishized husbands unveils a complex kind of, this complex picture, if you will, of power dynamics and relational intricacies within intimate relationships. Man, this is crazy. Through the lens of shamanism and psychology, we're going to try to unravel the subtle nuances of control and manipulation that underpin the pedestalization of spouses. Ross Rosenberg's insight on codependence sheds light on how individuals may unknowingly perpetuate unhealthy relationship patterns in their quest for external validation and security. Men come from this space in many ways. Men have been learned to push emotions down and push accomplishments out. The accomplishment is the peacock feather for many men, right? The internal stuff that hasn't been dealt with gets pushed aside, and our calling card becomes, this is what I've done, this is who I am in the world, this is what I can do for you. Do you see? Now, the way society is set up, it implies that if a man reaches that level, he is by default the leader and in charge. And because the man is in that position, the woman is supposed to capitulate. But what we're not seeing is there are some men and women playing this game for their own, for their own benefit. That's why I said, what you won't do, do for security. For the man with provision, or as Plato's Symposium puts it, poros, for the man with provisions, he gets to ignore his inner work and tell the woman, but you still got to follow because I'm providing. You still got to bend the knee because everything is taken care of. Now, for the woman who is Pania, that represents poverty and need. I need somebody to lighten my load. And if you lighten my load, I will then become pliable and soft and give you what a woman naturally gives a man. Are y'all seeing how this is framed? What you won't do, do for security. A deeper look at the fetishized husband. When we come forward, are you a fetishized husband? Don't nobody even really know you. Don't even really like you. Ain't even really connected to your soul, your wounds, your doubts, your fears. But love you for what you do. Oh, not who you. When we come forward, the voice of reason gonna crack it open.
You know how it goes. She deserve that. She a bird, it's a bird trap. You think if I didn't rap, she would flirt back. Taking off her skirt, let her wear my shirt before she leave. I'ma need my shirt back. You know how it goes. One time for my LA sisters. One time for my LA. Lanes, you can't tell the difference. One time for it, who knows? Don't save her.
He's on fire tonight. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams exclusively on KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Doug Davis with the latest from the Black Information Network. Families affected by police brutality and community activists are demanding reforms after the tragic police-involved shooting of Sonia Massey, who was black, in her Illinois home. On Saturday, a rally took place outside Chicago Police Headquarters where organizers stood in solidarity with the Massey family, calling for justice and systemic change. Vice President Kamala Harris has been holding meetings with 3 candidates to be her running mate, including Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro. The vice president was also scheduled to meet Sunday with Democratic Senator Mark Kelly of Arizona and Governor Tim Walz of Minnesota. Harris is expected to announce her VP on Tuesday. The Chattanooga, Tennessee community is mourning the death of former councilman and civil rights icon Moses Freeman. Mayor Kelly says Chattanooga is a better place thanks to Freeman's lifetime of service. And that is the latest. I'm Doug Davis from the Black Information Network and BINnews.com.
Southwest Healthcare is a network of healthcare facilities dedicated to bringing health and harmony to communities across Southern California. Visit southwesthealthcare.com. Physicians are not employees or agents of these facilities.
Yeah, yo, come on. Here come the drums.
At KBLA Talk 1580, we fight the power every day.
Yeah, gotta give us what we want. Gotta give us what we need. Hey!
I listen to KBLA and I love the commercials. I know what the commercials mean. I also, if I'm looking and trying to figure something out, I need something to talk to me that might hit me. And it happens on TV because, you know, every time they show a sporting event, they got the pharmaceutical companies back to back to back telling people how to fix the sickness on the same stuff that they sell them. So we get it.
Yep, we get it too, Chuck D. And that's why at KBLA Talk 1580, we don't black down.
Drop it! Our freedom of speech is freedom of death. We got to fight the powers that be. Fight the power! Fight the power!
We asked seniors how to prevent Medicare scams.
My best advice, if you get a phone call, do not talk to the person. These people are well trained. Don't talk to them.
They don't know me. They're just trying to scam me.
Don't be fooled. Hang up. Just hang up.
Never give out your Medicare number.
They're going to get your number to put in a false claim.
If I get a call from someone, I don't pick up the phone, and should I pick up the phone and they ask for information, then I hang up.
How do you detect Medicare fraud?
Just like I check my credit card statements, I check my Medicare statements monthly.
Scammers can get a hold of your number, order medical devices through your account, and you're not even going to know about it if you don't look at your statement.
Check your statement every month.
If you get your statement and you see something that you know you did not have done, you report it.
Call your senior Medicare Patrol.
To report Medicare fraud, call the Senior Medicare Patrol at 855-613-7080.
The possibility of lung cancer can be pretty scary, especially if you're one of approximately 8 million current or former smokers at high risk. That's why SaveByTheScan.org wants you to know that now there's a breakthrough low-dose CT scan that can detect lung cancer early, and it only takes 60 seconds. You stop smoking, now start screening. For an easy quiz to see if you're eligible, visit SaveByTheScan.org. It could save your life. SaveByTheScan.org is brought to you by the American Lung Association's Lung Force Initiative and the Ad Council.
Make a move into a home of your own. With City National Bank's Ladder Up Home Loan Grant, you could receive up to $20,000 that you never need to pay back. Use it toward your down payment, save on closing costs, or to buy down your mortgage rate. Find out more at cnb.com/ladderuphome. City National, here for every stage of the journey. Property must be in a qualifying market in California, New York, or New Jersey. Additional terms and conditions apply. Not all applicants will qualify. Terms are subject to change without notice. City National Bank is an equal housing lender. Member FDIC. NMLS number 536994.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580 believes in community empowerment through the arts. Tia Chucha Central Cultural is on a mission to transform community in the Northeast San Fernando Valley and beyond through ancestral knowledge, the arts, literacy, and creative engagement. The Northeast San Fernando Valley has a population of about 500,000, the size of the city of Oakland, yet it has no bookstores, art galleries, or full-fledged cultural spaces until Tia Chuchas opened its doors in 2001. Founded by renowned poet and activist Luis Rodriguez, Tia Chuchas Cultural Center provides a year-round free or low-cost arts and literacy bilingual intergenerational programming in mural painting, music, dance, writing, visual arts, healing art sessions, and healing talking circles. Activities also include Mexica, Aztec dance, indigenous cosmology, philosophy, and 2 weekly open mic nights, one in Spanish, the other in English. In addition, they host author readings, film screenings, and art exhibits. To express yourself, heal yourself, attend an event, or volunteer, please visit www.tiachucha.org. That's TIACHUCHA.org. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
This is KBLA Talk 1580. Talk radio. That's music to your ears. We're unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580. You're listening to the voice of reason with Zoe Williams. Only on KBLA Talk 1580.
Love yours. Love yours. No such thing. No such thing as a life that's better than yours. No such thing as a life that's better than yours. Love yours. No such thing as a life that's better than yours. No such thing, no such thing. Heart beating fast, letting you know that he alive. Fake niggas, mad snakes in the grass, letting you know that he arrived. Don't be sleeping on your level, cause it's beauty in the struggle. Goes for all y'all. It's beauty in the struggle. Let me explain. Yeah. It's beauty in the struggle, ugliness in the success. Hear my words and listen to my signal of distress. I grew up in the city and know sometimes we had less. Compared to some of my niggas down the block, man, we were blessed. And life can't be no fairy tale, no once upon a time. But I be right damned if a nigga don't be trying. So tell me, mama, please, why you be drinking all the time? Does all the pain he brought you still linger in your mind? Cause pain still lingers on mine. On the road to riches, listen, this is what you find. The good news is you came a long way. The bad news is you went the wrong way.
What is going on, beautiful people? I am Lee Hammock, the self-aware diagnosed narcissist known as mental illness, and welcome to part 5 of my series, Why Did You Stay? Why Do People Stay with Narcissistic People, with toxic people? Episode 5 is going to be about money. Money. Money was the motive. Money is the motive. Money is the motivating factor for a lot of people to stay in toxic and abusive relationships with narcissistic people. Money, financial abuse, like being financially abused and things like that. One thing this series is it's a long series, y'all. It's a long series about narcissistic abuse and why people decide to stay with narcissists and whatnot. But like money. A lot of narcissistic people want to control you with money, by financial means, by withholding money, by controlling the money and things like that. The threat of cutting you off.
Lee Hammock is always slapping us upside the dome piece on our way home from Jones Beach. But do you hear what he's saying? We're going to go back to his clip. But do you hear what he's saying? He's saying money will keep a person with a narcissist. My goodness. So let's go back to the topic. What you won't do for security. A deeper look at the fetishized husband. What is? So I broke down the etymology of the word fetishize, right? Or fetish. Did you know one of the meanings for the word fetish from the Latin factitious, or Latin and Spanish, means artificial, imitated? See, the man is not important in this scenario. It's his provision that is important. Or vice versa. The woman is not important. It's the provision that is important. What do you mean the provision? If you got a man with mommy issues and he's trying to, date somebody like his mama, or he's got a mother wound and he hasn't dealt with it, he puts all of this extra emotional responsibility on the woman. She has to pick up the slack. Do you see? That's the provision he is in the relationship for. Do you see? See, this is why this Plato Symposium is so powerful. In Plato's Symposium, Socrates recounts a conversation he had with the priestess Diotima on the nature of love that leads him to see that love is neither entirely beautiful nor entirely ugly. Diotima asserts that love is the son of Poros and Penia. His father, Poros, represents wealth and resources, while his mother, Penia, represents poverty and need. Did you go back to the clip of the brother Lee? What is he saying? There are a lot of people. Do you know money makes a relationship last longer? According to Benjamin Carney, it does. Professor over at UCLA. Marriages with money, on average, last 3 to 6 years longer than marriages with no money. So that means money will keep you in toxic. Are y'all listening? Do you understand the topic? What you won't do, you'll do for security. Go ahead, play the rest of it.
Right there. So this right here does not have to just deal with narcissistic, like, intimate relationships. This can also be the relationship dynamic of a parent-child, you know, things like that, sibling relationship and things of that nature. It's just like money. Why did you stay? Why do you keep that person in your life? Why can't you cut that person off? A lot of times it's financially motivated. Because you don't really see a lot of videos. Well, I haven't. I see people say that all the time. Like, I'm gonna tell you something that nobody else talks about. People talk about it, but maybe I haven't seen the videos on it and things like that. But a lot of people want me and ask me to talk about financial abuse. So, as a narcissist, as a diagnosed self-aware narcissist and whatnot, I want to control everything around me. The people, the money, the time, the schedule, and things like that. And most narcissistic people would agree that they want to control everything as well. So, with that being said, they want to control the money that, like, especially if it's my wife or if it's the husband or whatnot, you want to control the money. That way, it kind of guarantees you that this person will be in your life for a long period of time. Like, they can't leave you. And that's why I say a lot of times they want to financially control you. Because the thought of leaving this person...
Wait, didn't I just say that? Okay, cool. All right, in today's hyper-connected world, societal norms and social media narratives often distort our perspectives on love and marriage. Eckhart Tolle and Wayne Dyer urge us to look within ourselves and question the narratives that society imposes upon us. Without engaging in deep introspection and self-work, relationships may become mere vessels of societal expectations, devoid of genuine connection. Remember, fetish means artificial. Imitation. Just be the conduit for the type of provision I'm in search of. Emotional, psychological, physical, financial. That's you could be anybody. Have you ever broken up with somebody and they started over again with somebody else and progressed further than you were in that short amount? Listen, man. Are y'all listening? Okay, have you ever heard of the means to an end theory in psychology? Is your relationship merely a means to an end? You're getting something that you're supposed to be giving yourself, all of the inside work, self-esteem, self-worth, self-approval, validation, acknowledgement. You're in search of that, and if you can get that externally, you don't have to worry about it anymore, right? The means to an end theory in psychology challenges us to reflect on the true intentions behind our actions. Are we using relationships as a means to an end, seeking validation and security through external sources? As Diotima's tale in Plato's Symposium unveils the contradictory essence of love, we are confronted with the enigma of seeking love in a world fraught with imperfections. Do you know how difficult it is to be in a relationship with an imperfect person, i.e. a human being? That's the very thing we use to break up with them. You made a mistake that I can't forgive you for. We've got conditional forgiveness, which means we never get over it, which means it's always going to... The only answer most of us have is a new situation. Oh, my goodness. What you won't do, you'll do for security, right? 1-800-920-1580. Let's get to the phone lines. I want to talk to people. Hey, we got full lines already. When I come forward, I'm going to the person who's been on the longest. Get ready, get ready, get ready, get ready.
Is it good to you? More Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams when we come forward.
Looks like Bobby needs a ride again.
Grab the keys. Let's take our auntie to the swap meet. Grab the keys.
Whether you're giving rides or hauling gear, do it all in a Chevy SUV. Head to your local Chevy dealer, where well-qualified buyers get 1.9% financing on all 2024 Malibu, Colorado, Blazer, Equinox, Trailblazer, and Traverse limited models. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
1.9% APR for 36 months. Monthly payment is $28.60 for every $1,000 you finance. Example down payment 15.8% plus finance with GM Financial. Some customers may not qualify. Not available with lease and some other offers. Take new retail delivery by 7/1/24.
Many homeowners and businesses use man-made stone as an alternative to traditional stone for their countertops. Handling these products puts workers' lives at risk. Without proper conditions, workers could die from the terminal lung disease silicosis. Employers must supply respiratory protection and water systems. It's essential to wet stone when cutting it to prevent breathing in dust. Do away with dusty, deadly practices. Visit WorksafeWithSilica.org. This is a message from Cal OSHA.
Substance use disorder and addiction is so isolating. And so, as a Black woman in recovery, hope must be loud. It grows louder when you ask for help and you're vulnerable. It is the thread that lets you know that no matter what happens, you will be okay.
When we learn the power of hope, recovery is possible. Find out how at startwithhope.com. Brought to you by the National Council for Mental Wellbeing, Shatterproof, and the Ad Council.
Around here, we don't believe in victimhood. We believe in raising our voices, amplifying Black voices in the climate conversation. We're KBLA Talk 1580. KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. Legal Aid Foundation of Los Angeles is a nonprofit law firm that protects and advances the rights of the most underserved, leveling the playing field and ensuring that everyone can have access to the justice system. Every year, LAFLA provides free, high-quality legal services to more than 100,000 people living in poverty across greater Los Angeles. Their unique combination of neighborhood offices, self-help centers at courthouses, and domestic violence clinics puts Legal Aid Foundation of Los Angeles on the front lines in vulnerable communities and at the forefront of change. LAFLA's expert team of attorneys, paralegals, and support staff works to provide direct representation, offer counsel and advice, provide referrals, and educate the community about their legal rights through workshops and seminars. With locations all over LA, you can access their services or volunteer to help no matter where you live. And if you have an urgent issue, call 213-235-0060. That's 213-235-0060. To get legal help, make a donation, or volunteer, visit LAFLA.org. LAFLA.org. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
You know you want some more. It's the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Got me up all night. All I'm singing is love songs. She got me up all night. Constant drinking and love songs. She got me up all night. Down and out with these love songs. She got me up all night. Drowning out with these love songs. She got me up all night. Yeah. All I'm singing is love songs. She got me up all night. Yeah. Constant drinking and love songs. She got me up all night. Yeah. Down and out with these love songs. She got me open all night. Got me open all night. Okay, back when I was sleeping in my mama crib, or even back when I was up there in my Muhammad crib, paying $1,700 for the rent, money well spent, no heater, but it made heat, may I vent, had a thing for you, even wrote the song Dreams for you, cause I had dreams for your thoughts of a ring for your childish, you know childish, anonymous flowers sent, you know cowards, now I signed a hoe, took a power trip, back home, I'm grown now, and the city's my throne now, the same clubs that I used to get tossed out, life got crisscrossed, totally crossed out, cause now I'm in this and I'm totally bossed out. Old chicks crying because they know that they lost out.
When you go furniture shopping with a man or household shopping with a man, it's like you're already married. And make it all pleasant and happy, and then soon, since he's already paying your rent, he's already paying your bills, you living with him, the best thing that ever happened to him, and if you done slept with him, you done rocked his world, he ain't letting you go nowhere. He is probably going to be like, you know what? I'm never going to replace this woman. Let me go ahead and put a ring on it. Let me paint the other side of the picture. Now he fears losing you even more. So he's not going to mess up because you're going to go and find somebody else, some other man, and make him feel just like you made him feel. And so he's not going to risk that. And he already knows the next person that clicks on you, or if you're online, or the next person you go out with, gonna fall right in love with you too.
Oh my goodness. That's a belief out here? That's a way of getting down? Are y'all listening? Fetish. An artificial imitation of a person based on what you produce. The measure of you is what you can provide. What you won't do, you'll do for security. Is that true or false? Call me 1-800-920-1580. We got callers on the line. I'm going to get to them right now. Attila, Houston, Texas. You're on the line. What are your thoughts on this?
Uncle Zoe.
Yes.
I was low-key hoping I wasn't going to be first, but it's cool. It's cool.
Yeah, you want me to? I'll get somebody else. We'll come back.
No, it's all right.
You sure?
I might as well go ahead and spit from the top of the dome.
Come from the top of the dome piece. Yes.
Mm-hmm. I mean, so I think a lot of this is kind of a sort of like relationship evaluation bias. So the way in which we are evaluating our quality of our relationships is biased. It's based on things that are tangible, right? So whether that's finances, sex, whatever the case, you want to call it, intimacy, or the lack thereof, that is what we're using to evaluate our relationships and furthermore our partners, right? So remember, Ghetto Gourmet in the chat said that no matter what men do, or no matter what good men do, it's never enough. My retort to that is it's never going to be enough for the wrong person. At the end of the day, if they don't like you, they just don't like you. And I think that because you're evaluating that person based off of the tangibles that you're trying to get, because you're transactional, you're blind. There's a blind spot there. Because this is all about what you can get, but you have no evaluation of the person that you're dealing with, their hurts, pains, traumas, attachment styles. I would also like to say, too, in regards to women, I personally, just being a woman, but also knowing other women, I feel like women who tend to be more avoidant are going to be more on this scale of security, of that hard line. And the more avoidant you are, even if you want to go down towards narcissistic, the more likely you are to be me, me, me. And the same can be said for men. If they're looking to establish financial stability in the hopes of gaining some sort of concubine, if you will, or some sort of built-in maid or whatever, what have you, same thing. This is about, obtaining things. That's what this is about. And so I think in regards to the fetish part, a lot of people don't mind being fetishized when they don't have a self-concept, right? And so because your relationship is not establishing a basis or a foundation for making sure that that's in place, of course, the dynamic is going to continue. It is to my benefit if you have no self-concept.
And for people who've never heard that term, what do you mean self-concept?
Meaning like an idea of who you are. What is the who you are? What is that based in? Who are you? Is that based in your money? Is that based in your family? Because even things that are deemed wholesome, your family, your traditions, your job, your schooling, whatever the case, things that are considered to be quote unquote good, even if that's something that you're rooted in, who are you without that? Because as we know in relationships, life's going to have ups and downs. You might not have any of that. And so if you've never actually done any real work on yourself and you haven't talked to your partner about who they are outside of those things, what else would you get, right? Like, and I even made a comment in the chat. I said we're often blind to the things that people appreciate within us because we don't appreciate that within ourselves. If I said,
wait a minute, I
Sorry?
gotta ask you this. Because of what you just said, oh my goodness, I got to ask you this. Are men, because according to Plato's Symposium, right, the father is poros, which represents wealth and resources. And the mother is pania, which represents poverty and need. Are you implying that men who have the wealth and the resources, they are looking for pania, poverty and need, so they can maintain the power that they have in the external world within their relationship?
I think that's on the surface. that's just scratching the surface. Sure, on the surface, yes, because that's what they feel like makes them complete. But complete meaning what? Self-concept. They're looking for someone to affirm that self-concept. I can't affirm my self-concept if you are stronger than me. If I'm dependent upon you to bring me that competence, you can't be strong. I need you to be in a weaker position so that I feel stronger. And I'm not saying that every man feels it. I think it's an unconscious thing that happens because, again, on the flip side, right, for the woman that's looking for the security and the things that a man can provide, and only that, she's not really concerned with the person, it goes the same way. I need you to affirm my self-concept through things. Buy me this, buy me that, pay for this, pay for that. She might even, I'll put it to you another way. You might even do it in a more slick way and say, well, I want to have a family and I need someone who can provide for a family. That's still things, intangibles.
This is deep.
I need you to maintain the tradition, you know? Nothing about soul, spirit, who this person is on the inside, none of that. And honestly, a lot of people think that that's corny. Let's just keep it a buck. Wow. A lot of people feel that's corny. You go into a first date talking like that, like, tell me who you are, not what your job is. If I ask you what you do, like, what do you actually do? Not your job. What do you do on a daily? Like, what do you like? People would think you were corny for saying that. Let's keep it a buck. Like, that's just the real talk, right? So at the end of the day, I think, you know, at the risk of not getting that dream man or woman, right, you should actually just be authentic and answer those questions to yourself as honestly as you possibly can. What do you do? Who are you? Don't let them answer it for you. Someone's always going to have an answer where you lack a response.
Oh, my goodness. Hey, stay there. Don't leave. Attila from Houston, Texas is cooking, man. We always ask that question, what are you bringing to the table? I'm going to reframe it. What part of your soul are you bringing to the table? Are you bringing a piece of your soul, or are you bringing the whole soul? That's what relationships should be about. Oh, my goodness, when we come forward, we going back to the phone line. I mean, it's really on fire right now. We got Attila from Houston, Texas. We're going to get back with her. We got John from Mountain View, Hawaii. And we got Reverend L from Dallas, Texas. If you want to bring your city in the building, all you got to do is call me, 1-800-920-1580.
Well, this has gotta be the longest crush ever. If I ever get the be the longest bus ever. Love is a drug like the strongest stuff ever. And that I'm on one. You feel me? She on a power trip. She got me where she wanted it. Wifing in the club, man. My homies gon' disown it. Like, give me $20.